Damn it, someone else's wire trace has been cut off down the pike's neck. Sugar. Right, I pinned that pike in the water underneath this brush. I've got water completely in my wellies. I'm soaked, I'm freezing. But this is the only chance we've got of helping this pike. I now have to run off and get the kids. I've got 5 minutes to get to school. Pick the kids up and then we'll come back and try and save this fish. It's completely submerged under the water, underneath the snag, so hopefully it'll stay calm. And fingers crossed, no one finds it, releases it and takes me net. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now this isn't a video I wanted to make, especially not anytime soon, and it's been a long time actually since I've discovered a fish in this situation. But what we're going to be showing you today is exactly how to remove treble hooks from a pike's stomach. It can be a bit gruesome and it can be tricky, but it is the only way to ensure the chance of the fish's survival is by getting the hooks out. This was a previous session, in fact it was just a half an hour ago. I actually caught this pike. I've had it pinned under the bank. You'll have seen this in the last video actually. We've pinned it under the bank after I went to go and do the school run, and I've come back now. My brother is on his way, Dom. The pike thankfully is still there in the margin and no one's let it go and take him in net. And what we're going to do is show you step by step on how to remove treble hooks from a pike's stomach. I'm going to show you it and I'll talk you through it at the same time, and fingers crossed we can save this fish. So I've got everything set up. Dom is just around the corner, literally a minute away. Pike is resting in the margin and we're about to perform what is almost essentially surgery on this pike, and we're going to talk you through it as we do it in the hope of maybe saving some pike in the future. Gives you hopefully a bit of guidance and a bit of understanding onto how you can get the hooks out from a deep, very deep hooked, stomach hooked pike. It involves a lot of patience, a lot of rest in the fish, but eventually you can do it and you can actually save a fish's life. So Dom's going to be here any minute now and we'll crack on with the surgery and hopefully save this fish.
Ginger fisherman! Ginger fisherman! Hey! Can you sign my arse crack for me?
So we started off, we've got all the tools ready. I got Dom to bring some extra tools. We had 2 strong pairs of pliers. We had 2 pairs of cutters to be able to cut the points off the hooks. We're not cutting the wire, we're cutting the points off the hooks. And what it seemed like with this rig is someone had already tried to help this fish, whether it was the person that caught it in the first place or someone else afterwards. The wire had been cut. It'd been cut right down close to the stomach. Someone was using fairly long pliers or cutters to be able to cut the wire. So someone had already tried to help this fish, but there were still hooks buried into the stomach lining. Now what people don't realise is you can get those hooks back. You have to be very gentle, and what you have to do is you have to gently pull the wire trace, put enough pressure on it to be able to start pulling the stomach out into the pike's mouth. And when you see the hook points, what you do is you cut each hook point off. We don't cut the wire, you cut the hook points off the hooks, and that means you can then push the hook through the stomach lining and pull it back out through the mouth. And that's what we did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have to gently pull it so I can see the hook point, but look at that, it's so difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope we can save it.
Yeah.
Right, you get the snips and cut that hook point. I've got one hook point there. Got one hook point, can you see it?
Yep.
That's barbed and all, isn't it? Yep. I think every one of them are barbed.
That's one off.
Then we're going to twist it and get the other one. Every time it flips, the wire goes back down.
30 seconds, sticking back in water for a drink.
Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest mistakes when people are attacking fish like this is keeping them out of water too long.
Yeah. I think
just too worried about getting the hook out.
There, get another one. In fact, we can get both of them really quickly. Can you see?
Yeah, that's it. That's one.
Cool. There's... Oh, shit.
Right, put me in the water.
Yeah. What we're doing every couple of minutes is just dropping this fish back into the river, letting him recover a bit before then getting it back out again. Okay, we're going to have another hook point come through. Oh,
I'll take that one off anyway. A bit more. It's kind of hooked in it.
Have you done them all? Have they all been done?
We've done 2.
There's a third one.
Yeah.
Bit of a tricky one.
You need to like move that way a little bit more. Oh, it's going back in.
I hope his stomach's not torn with all the thrashing around and whatever.
Hopefully it'll be alright.
Oh, in fact.
Oh, it's coming out now.
Yeah.
Let's nip it off anyway.
Proper nasty Sports Direct looking trace. Oh, that was it!
Oh, it's one hook! Hey!
Unless that other bit of wire was a hook.
Oh, it could, yeah, it was.
Thankfully, because it looks like someone's already tried to get the hooks out, the other hook had already been cut off the trace. I don't know whether that's because it was an adjustable trace where you can move the hook up and down the line, so one of the hooks was actually in the fish's mouth and was able to be cut off by whoever it was that helped this fish in the first place, and then the second hook obviously was too far down for this person to feel comfortable with, so at least it had been helped already, the fish, and it actually made our job easier. But what this person probably didn't realise is that you can pull the stomach lining gently out and actually cut the hooks off. It is a risky business, and if there was 2 hooks on this rig, it would have been very, very hard, and we may have had to have actually pulled the stomach lining completely out the pike's mouth to be able to get the hooks out to then push it back down. It can be quite risky and it can cause a fatality in the fish, but the thing is, with a double treble hook rig in a pike's throat, it has a 100% chance of death, 100% chance of fatality. Don't even try and argue with me on it. If it's a double treble hook rig with barbed hooks, knotted in the stomach, there's no way that fish can properly feed and it will eventually die. It's a bit different if it was just one single hook, not one single treble, just one single hook that potentially could go through and pass through the fish, which is completely different. But when it's a double treble hook rig, it will die. At least helping this fish in this way, it has given it a chance of survival and a chance to go and fight off and live another day. We released the fish down into the margin after letting it rest for another 10-15 minutes, and the fish swam off really, really strong. He swam off upstream in the margin, took off to the middle of the river, then went off up the stream right in the main flow. He didn't even need to sit in the slack water, which means the fish is kicked off nice and strong and healthy. He's got no hook in his throat whatsoever anymore, and we saved the fish's life. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it didn't go through too much stress to be able to kill the fish. This could have been completely avoided. This whole situation could have been avoided if the person that was fishing for this pike had just struck early. Obviously, they left the pike way too long eating the bait. It wasn't a very big pike, so it didn't need to have been left that long. Strike early, strike fast, land the fish quickly, get them unhooked nice and easy, and get them straight back. That's what it's all about, keeping the fish nice and healthy. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to, like the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you guys later.